Benedict. Also, a very good morning to you wherever you are. Thanks so much for joining me here on the sports segment on the AM show. And today we'll look at what's going to happen this coming weekend in terms of action in the English Premier League. We'll talk the Spanish La Liga, Italian Serie, and also we'll look at other matters. Here on the local scene, something big is happening. God willing, on Sunday at the Cape Coast Stadium is the finals of the Galka G8 competition involving Dreams FC and Accra Hearts of Oak. Remember, it was 2 days ago Accra Hearts of Oak defeated Kumasi Asante Kotoko on penalties to book a place in the finals. And yesterday, Dreams FC also finished off Mediama 6-5 on penalties after their game ended goalless in regulation time. We'll talk more about that later here on the show. But first, we'll do the trending, what's been trending this week after President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo had a media interaction at the Flagstaff House. Well, he was asked about the 2014 FIFA World Cup Commission of Enquiry, and he noted that it's something that he has forgotten about and is not on his radar. Well, since then, lots of reactions have come in. If you remember very well, yesterday on the show, we spoke to Deputy Sports Minister under the NDC administration, that's Neil Lante van der Poel, and he expressed shock at the president's remarks. Well, yesterday, we were privileged to have in the studio Pius Hadzide, who is Deputy Sports Minister on Sports Today. And he spoke about how they have started implementing certain aspects of the Commission's recommendations.
I'll come to that quickly. And so we should feel rather encouraged that the president is convinced that he has a minister who is capable. If the president knew that, or if the president thought that his minister was not on top of the issues and was not capable, then those matters come to his attention and he wants to maybe act on them himself. But he said right there yesterday that he was sure that the minister was top of it. And to illustrate to you that yes, we are on top of these matters at the ministry, and in fact operating or implementing the recommendations of the Commission of Enquiry and the government white paper to the extent that we can. And I say this because it is not all of the recommendations or the white paper that we can implement at this point, because large portions of the white paper are under litigation in courts of competent jurisdiction, and that imposes limitations on us to implement some of the recommendations of the commission.
So fill us in what's been done.
So for now, you would recall, my brother, for instance, that it was recommended by the commission, and the white paper also agrees to that position, that going forward, taking of supporters outside of this country has to be redefined and looked at, and that in the current, at the time, in that current state of multiplicity of several supporter unions, and where government takes government funding to support these supporter union projects of taking people outside of the jurisdiction to support our national teams, must be looked at. And you will notice that we have been to a lot of these continental and global tournaments. We have also had, we have had the African Cup of Nations in Gabon. We have had the under-17 African Championships. Even the World Cup. Even we have also had a World Cup in India,
which is sent supporters.
Which we did send supporters. But why did we take them in the state of multiplicity of supporter unions, which the commission decried? No, we have put all of them together to form one national supporters union, which is a recommendation of the commission. Again, instead of taking state funds to take supporters out like was done in the past, in keeping with the recommendations, we also only facilitated and sought private support and sponsorship for the supporters project. And these are all in the government white paper and the recommendations of the Justice.
But how about some of the recommendations about the Black Stars?
And again, of course, if you even look at bonuses payable to the Black Stars.
So that was Deputy Sports Minister Pius Hadzide on yesterday's edition of Sports Today with me on the show. But we have to do some more. Away from that story, we also have to talk boxing. And Aite Powers, you remember him very well. Aite Powers Bukombanku, that the bout happened some time back. It was amazing at the Accra Stadium. Well, Aite Powers is in now and we're going to see something from him, God willing, March 10. Well, he's up against Enquiry in a non-title bout, and he's been speaking ahead of that.
Oh my brother, you know me, I fought almost last month or so, last 4, 5, 6 weeks. And I promised I would stop my opponent. He won't finish the rounds. And I did so. I stopped my opponent round 2. And I'm coming to fight again. I don't have any problem about fighting Bese Bruno. He's a good boxer. I mean, in London before he came there, he came and won his fight. You understand me? I spar him, I trained with him before he won his fight. And today he said he wants to fight me. I'm ever ready to fight him. You understand me? Boxing is my job. And I will discipline Bese Bruno. He's a Langard, and he think in the ring we are going to use knife and kakra and pistol or gun. In the ring, no knife, no pistol, no gun, no kakra. Oh. It's only 2 gloves. You understand me? So I don't have any problem at all. All my team are very happy. Jameson Fisherman, Kofi, everybody, my team, they are all happy. So I'm very happy about this fight. Yeah.
Do you have any prediction as to when you stop him?
Yeah, that's why I said from 1 to 5th. Because I'm going to fight my opponent last month. I told everybody 1 to 3rd, and I stopped him round 2. And this Bruno there, I said 1 to 5th. So anything can happen from 1 to 5th. Or whatever I have to say to my fans is they should still hope. They should still hope because power, God's time is the best. And this time is God's time for me. So I promise all my fans that I will make it in the mighty name of Jesus.
Because Pius, and he says he's going to stop his opponent on March 10. We'll definitely watch out for that. But before we move to the international scene, I made mention of the Accra Heart of Oak Dreams FC game, which will be played at the Cape Coast Stadium on Sunday. So that's the final of this year's GH tournament. The semi-finals was Accra Heart of Oak Kumasi Asante Kotoko at the Barbara Stadium. That game was played on Wednesday, and Accra Heart of Oak won on penalties. And yesterday as well, Dreams FC managed to beat Mediama SC by 6 goals to 5 on penalties after their game ended goalless in regulation time. So we'll definitely we'll talk more about that. But still, we have to do some bit of news coming from the Chan tournament. And yesterday, matches were played, Group B games. Because Zambia won that game by 2 goals to 0, with Namibia also defeating Uganda by 1 goal to 0. So this coming weekend and also tomorrow, matches to expect. Well, today as well as tomorrow. So today we have Libya, Nigeria, and also Rwanda, Equatorial Guinea, and tomorrow we'll have Mauritania, Guinea, as well as Sudan, Morocco will come. So yesterday, the Ghana Football Association released the fixtures for the upcoming season, and we've got the first week fixtures for you. So we're going to take you through what to expect on the first week when the league kicks off here in Ghana. And this time, you're going to have matches played on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, as well as Monday. So week 1, we see Aduana Stars take on Liberty Professional. So they will begin their title defense at home to Liberty, and at the Sugakope Park. Wafa, who were impressive last season, just as last season they played their very first game with Asante Kotoko, is happening this season as well. And 11 Wonders, newly promoted side, they will begin their campaign with a home game to Accra Heart of Oak, and Ashanti Gold, who last year managed to escape relegation, will also begin their campaign at home at the Obasile and Clay Stadium to Wow All Stars, and we'll have Dwarfs, Bekum Chelsea will be at the Cape Coast Stadium. Dreams FC, Elmina Sharks will be at the another promoted team, Dreams FC, doing very well in the GA tournament. And the Takwa TNA Park will have Mediama yesterday also take on another new entrant, that's Karela United, and the Accra Sports Stadium, where we'll have Interlice. So this time Interlice have adopted the Accra Stadium as their home venue when they will play Bechem United. So later in our subsequent sports bulletins, we'll do more in terms of discussion on the Premier League. And surprisingly, or if I should say surprisingly, or it's to our advantage that this time we're going to have some of the matches played on Friday as well as Saturday, and even on Monday here on the local scene. We'll see how that will pan out here. But we have to do some more, and before I bring you the fixtures and matches to expect this weekend. Yesterday a game was played. There was a Spanish Copa del Rey game. You remember yesterday I brought you highlights of how Barcelona lost their very first game of the season to Espanyol by 1 goal to 0. Well, Real Madrid repeated the same scoreline on Leganés. They won by 1 goal to 0. We've got highlights of that game for you.
Real Madrid made the short trip to the outskirts of the Spanish capital without Cristiano Ronaldo, Gareth Bale or Karim Benzema to take on Leganés in the first leg of the Copa del Rey quarter-final on Thursday evening. Zinedine Zidane also opted to start the likes of Luka Modric, Toni Kroos, Isco and Casemiro on the bench, and as a result the visitors made a slow start to the encounter, with their first chance coming in the 23rd minute, but Marco Asensio's delivery was slightly too high for Rafael Varane. Zidane's men continued to threaten as the game progressed. Mateo Kovacic did well to win the ball and create a one-on-one with the keeper, but he couldn't locate the target. The sides went into the break all square, and it was Leganes who made a bright start in the second half. They were able to get in behind Madrid's defense, forcing Kiko Casilla into a smart save to keep the scores level. Leganes came even closer to opening the scoring 9 minutes later. The youngster Marcos Llorente was lucky not to score an own goal after his defensive header bounced off the upright. Even though the hosts had most of the chances in the half, Madrid remained an ever-present threat.
Yeah, that's a glorious goal! And it is Marco Asensio who gives us the deadlock breaker in the 90th minute of the game, and what a finish that is!
And that's how it ended. Advantage Madrid, 1 away goal to 0.
So Real Madrid won that game by a goal to 0. There's a second leg to come at the Bernabeu. That's God willing next weekend. Talk of Real Madrid this weekend. They will be in action in the Spanish La Liga. They're up against Deportivo La Corona. That will be a home game for the side. So we've got full fixtures of what to expect in the Spanish La Liga on your screen. Getafe, Atletico Bilbao is happening later tonight, and Espanyol Las Palmas is tomorrow, as well as Atletico Madrid, Girona, Villarreal, Levante, Las Palmas, Valencia, Alaves, Leganés. They will have Real Madrid, Deportivo La Corona, and Real Sociedad, Celta de Vigo. Barcelona will go away and play Real Betis, and on Monday we'll have Eibar. They will come up against Malaga. So from the Spanish La Liga, I'll move to the English Premier League, and Theo Walcott has completed his move from Arsenal to Everton. So from now on, he is an Everton player, and Walcott has been speaking after, sealing that deal from Arsenal to Everton.
The first time since he was 16 years old, Theo Walcott's wearing the shirt of a brand new club. 12 years after signing as a fresh-faced teenager at Arsenal, the forward is ready for a fresh start at Everton.
I've had a couple of chats with the manager, and straight away I felt that hunger and that desire that he wanted from me, and I need that, I wanted that, and I wanted to be part of something which he's building.
Walcott scored over 100 goals for Arsenal, but with opportunities limited at the Emirates, sees Goodison Park as a place where he can prove some of his doubters wrong.
I do really believe that I will, I'm going to give it my all. That's what I always have done, and I think, this place is going to get even more out of me. There's something about, this deal that I've just felt good about. Felt it was time for me to move on, and like I said, it was sad but exciting at the same time. I feel like it's, I want to push Everton to win things like they have done in their previous history. I want to be part of something, and I feel like this place will welcome me that.
Everton have struggled to score recently under Sam Allardyce, who will be wanting Walcott to provide firepower to his attack and give the Goodison Park crowd something to cheer about.
It's a tough place to come play football. It's because you can just tell the fans they're with the team, they're passionate, they want you to win, they want you to work hard, and I feel like that's going to be brilliant for me, and I want to be part of that and trying to build something special, and I think this place is a special place. It's the best place to play football. Like I said, it's the old traditions which is great about it.
Goodison Park may hold old traditions, but will hopefully provide new memories for Theo Walcott. The 28-year-old is likely to get his first chance for a goal to celebrate with Everton's home fans when West Brom visit on Saturday.
So Theo Walcott is likely to be in action when Everton takes on West Bromwich Albion at the Goodison Park this weekend. So we've got matches for you in the English Premier League. So Brighton, Hove Albion, Chelsea will be the early kickoff tomorrow. Then Arsenal, Crystal Palace is also happening. So on your screen, we have Brighton, Chelsea. That will be the early kickoff. And Burnley, Manchester United, big game for Manchester United. And Arsenal, Crystal Palace. There is Leicester City, Watford. Also, West Ham United will be at home at the London Stadium to take on Bournemouth. And Everton, West Bromwich Albion, as well as Stoke City, Huddersfield, and Man City, Newcastle will be the late kickoff on Saturday. And on Sunday, we'll have just the game. Southampton will come up against Tottenham Hotspur. And on Monday, Swansea City will take on Liverpool. So before we get to the Australian Open update from the Australian Open, quickly let's look at what's going to happen in the Italian Serie A this weekend. Atalanta, Napoli is happening, as well as Sampdoria, Fiorentina. Then we have Sassuolo, Torino, Udinese, Spa 2013. It's been a while since I heard from my brother Ojomi. His team AC Milan. Looks like now things are going well for him, so he's abandoned me. Ojomi, let me hear from you. So AC Milan will take on Cagliari, and Inter Milan will come up against Roma, with Juventus up against Genoa. But let's quickly look at what's happening at the Australian Open before I take leave of you. And Elena Svitolina yesterday defeated 15-year-old Marta Kostyuk. She is 15 years, and Svitolina showed her that she's got class and she's a senior when it comes to tennis.
Day 5 at the Australian Open meant a first chance for players to earn the right to play fourth-round tennis at the first slam of the year. And it was an all-Ukrainian affair that illuminated the Margaret Court Arena as fourth seed Elena Svitolina took on headline-making 15-year-old Marta Kostyuk, who was already 5 matches deep into the tournament, having had to qualify. The teenager's run in Australia, though, was ended by one of the favourites for the title, Svitolina taking 29 minutes to bag the first set, earning 3 breaks of serve, and while the winner's count was even, Kostyuk lost the set with 6 double faults and 17 unforced errors. That, in the end, was the youngster's main issue on court. She ended the match with 31 unforced errors to only the 11 from Svitolina. Less than an hour needed for the 4th seed to advance in straight sets, 6-2, 6-2.
All right, so that's how we end sports this morning. I'm Benedict too. So thanks so much for your company. Get to the Manjaro Online Sports page and read more sports stories for yourself. Don't forget to join us at 2. That's our major sports bulletin, Sports Today, with my colleague Nathan Lato. Until then, you can also follow us on our various social media platforms. You get us on Twitter at Joy Sports GH, on Facebook as at Joy Sports. Have a wonderful day.